YouTube was understood, does not need to be explained. The king has returned. Now, can I ask y'all a question? Can I ask y'all a question? Don't look. Yeah, I'm a professor, so I had to come back with the glasses on. So let me ask y'all a question. What happened to family? What happened to family? Like Nino said off New Jack City. How you let them niggas get in, huh? What happened? Like, what happened to family? What happened to family? What happened to morals? What happened to integrity? What happened to love? What happened to unity? What happened to compassion? What happened to grace within the family structure? It's 2025. Family is not family no more. Now I'm gonna tell you why family ain't family no more. Family ain't family because family only loves you based off what you can do for them instead of loving you for you. And that's the problem with today's society. That's the problem with the world. We be looking at, we be so fixated on what's going on around the world and distracting ourselves with BS on what's happening in the world, but the BS is happening right around you. The BS is happening in your family dynamic structure. The BS is happening right before your eyes. But see, at the end of the day, we refuse to believe that family is our biggest enemy. So, because let me tell you something, that's a hard pill to swallow, because these are the people that you love the most. See, when it's the people that you love the most, it's gonna hurt you. But see, at the end of the day, you gonna blind yourself, because guess what? I refuse to believe that my family is incapable of loving each other, period, point blank. Where's the unity within family? We don't got that no more. This ain't the old day. This ain't the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s no more. Because me personally, I'm from the 50s. I'm from the 50s. So like, that's my era. I'm 25, but at the end of the day, I'm 85. Soul wise, like I'm too old. I'm an old man trapped inside this young, sexy, golden ratio physique body, period, point blank. But like, yeah, let me tell y'all something. Family is dead, period, point blank. Family is dead. And guess who killed it? If family killed it. We our own biggest enemies. All we do is talk behind each other back. This is the reality. I'm not gonna fake with y'all. I'm not gonna play games with you. This is the reality. All we do is talk behind each other backs. All we do is compete with each other. All we do is try to keep up with what the next person doing. All we doing is being two-faced. All we doing is gaslighting each other, manipulating each other, using each other. Yeah, we got that bad, especially using people. Family got that bad. It's 2025. I'm finna break down what's happening. I'm breaking down and telling y'all what family has become. Family is not even, we not even operating based off love no more. We operating based off survival. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all hear I love you from your family members? And no, we not waiting till somebody, we ain't waiting till somebody in a family pass away. We not waiting till somebody get sick or ill to where they in the hospital to where, okay, I love you. No, we don't wait till something happen. What happened to the soon as you wake up in the morning before you go to school? Hey son, I love you. Auntie, I love you. Just to say I love you. Don't wait till something happen to where you be like, to where, because we got that bad. We got that bad, especially in the black community. We only wait till one of my family members die or they get severely ill to where we just express compassion towards them. Hold on. Cause this woman walking her dog, and she got on some black spandex pants. She got on like some black spandex pants. My bad, y'all. I got distracted by some ass. But look, we gonna revert back to the topic, and we're not gonna allow ourselves to be distracted by a woman's body. We're gonna remain disciplined and focused. Let me get one look in. Let me get my last look in. Yes, okay, you know what? I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a masculine man. I can, yeah, but anyway. But yeah, look, let me tell y'all something. We only wait till the inevitable happened to where we tell each other we love each other, period, point blank. That's not how it's supposed to go. No, that's not how it's supposed to go. Why look when it? Why don't we come together? Why don't we come together as family to fellowship with one another, just to do it? No, we ain't waiting for no birthday. We ain't waiting on no funeral. We not waiting on somebody to get ill. We not waiting on the holiday. Why are we always waiting? Robert, I can ask you that question because we don't love each other based off love. We only love each other based off what we can do for each other. That's what family has become. Family we are abusing the word family. We are abusing the word family because guess what? When it's time to actually be family, we not family. We only family based off what we can do for each other, period, point blank. That's when the family dynamic structure has been compromised bad. Not to mention, it's a whole lot of narcissistic parents walking around. So at the end of the day, they're not raising their children in the way that they should go. So that way they want to depart from it. They ain't even raising children. They ain't doing nothing but manipulating them into becoming what they want to be. But see, I'm the black sheep. I'm the scapegoat. If that don't happen, Robert, guess what? You're going to be exiled. We're going to choose. You're going to be the number one target. It's either you're gonna be what we want you to be. You finna accept that this family toxic. You're gonna accept that we gossip about each other. You're gonna accept that we lie to each other faces. You're gonna accept that we steal from each other. You're gonna accept the slander disguised as jokes, because guess what? Your family members, people in the family love to use and abuse the word family. Oh, well, I'm your cousin, I'm your auntie, so I'm just joking, I'm just cracking jokes. Hey, look, let me tell you something. You're not cracking no jokes. You using insults disguised as jokes, and you know for a fact that I'm your nephew, so you trying to you abusing your position. How you know that ain't hurt my feelings? That you're trying to condition me to accept toxicity within within the family dynamic structure, but that's not gonna happen. Period. Point blank. And to be honest, I don't care what you do. If you toxic, if you a liar, if you lack accountability, if you lack prioritization and responsibility, if you lack the hustle, first of all, if you lack God, let's get that straight first, because God is first and above all. So at the end of the day, let me tell you something. Just because I'm a child of God, that don't mean my family members are children of God. I know y'all ain't children of God, because guess what? Action speaks louder than words. Many will say they are of me, but they hearts are far from me. And plus, when you're anointed, Robert, get ready. The enemy is going to be up your household. Get ready. Why, God? Because you come from me. You was born, but at the end of the day, I had Robert. The only way I can send you here is by me allowing a woman to give birth to you. But see, that woman and these people around you not going to have no type of authority up over you. And the older you get, you're going to veer away from them, because you walk a different path. You are a being of the light. They are beings of the darkness. You might love them, but let me tell you something. What's going to hurt you is you loving them more than you love yourself, because they ain't going to do nothing but use and abuse you and take your love for granted. And guess what they going to say? We family. I am not y'all family. Oh, me, I'm not y'all family, bruh. So don't even do that. You did what I'm saying? Because you're just using that title that means nothing to reel me back into the BS. What happened to family, y'all? What happened to family? Why do strangers support us more than family members? Let me tell you something. Why do family support us more than family members? And then they be like, blood is thicker than water. No, blood. Let me tell you something. Water has become thicker than blood. It's 2025. Water is blood now. Blood ain't even water. Everybody believes the same blood, period, point blank. Yeah, it don't matter what, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. Let me tell you something. We all cut. If we all was to get a knife and cut each other, ain't no body finna bleed out different blood. Everybody blood type is the same. Period, point blank. Dark red. It ain't no human on this earth with some green blood. Your blood type ain't green. It's not yellow. Because let me tell you something. That's not how God set the world up. Period, point blank. You not family by what you say, you family by what you do. Boom. Let me get a sip to that. Period, point blank. Let me get a sip. I'm back in the neighborhood too. Y'all know I be moving around, blood. Yeah, but I'm back. I'm back in the neighborhood. Hey, y'all like this Bass Pro Shop hat? Let me tell y'all something. I mess with these hats, bro. And no, TikTok did not put me on. I've been on Bass Pro hats before TikTok even made it a thing. So I just want to make that clear. What happened to family, y'all? Why family fake, man? Why is family fake? Why is family using their title to abuse? Why? Why is they doing that? Because guess what? They never had love within themselves. They never had love within themselves. So at the end of the day, if they don't have love within themselves, how can they produce love outwardly towards individuals? They can't. They just using a word. Let me tell you something. They just using their title to manipulate, period, point blank. But see, at the end of the day, when you ain't going for it, let me tell you something. When you ain't going for it and you can see straight through them, let me tell you something. You're going to become enemy number one. But see, we don't mind being enemy number one. If my happiness and my freedom and my inner peace requires me to be the enemy within the wrong people eyes, then let it be, period, point blank. Long as I don't become my worst enemy. My worst enemy. Meaning, look, let me say my worst enemy. That means I'm failing myself by loving the wrong people. I'm failing myself by trusting the wrong people. I'm failing myself by giving my energy to individuals and them not reciprocating that energy and they're not showing me the same love back in return. And I gotta accept the fact that, okay, you know what, this family, we just gonna sweep it up under the rug. That's wrong. That's what's wrong with family nowadays. Everything is swept up under the rug. That's why we ain't gonna never grow. You can't even give family constructive criticism nowadays because guess what? You hating on me. You being jealous. Constructive criticism is we're trying to help you. But let me tell you something, in order to receive help, you have to want to seek help for yourself. You got to want to get help for yourself, period, point blank. Why we always in secret competition with each other? Why we always thinking we better than each other? None of this has nothing to do with family. Let me tell you something. A lot of us, we wasn't born into no family. We was born into an occult. Ooh. Yup. What happened to family? I'm gonna keep asking you because I want to know. Somebody in the comments ask me answer my question. What happened to family? What happened? Why we ain't throwing barbecues no more? Why we ain't going to each other graduation no more? Why we ain't hosting events at the park no more? Why we don't talk to each other? Why we don't call each other? The only way we gonna talk to each other, call each other, if it's something that somebody want to get up out of you, period, point blank. They ain't gonna do. Yeah, I was just Rob. I was just I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't heard from this motherfucker in years, but Robert, I was just like I'm going through it right now, and if you could just help me out because I know you my cousin. I was like, look, let me tell you something. You might be my cousin, but at the end of the day, I gotta help myself first. And me telling you no, that don't mean I don't love you. That just mean I gotta prioritize my responsibilities. I gotta do what's best for me. I ain't have nobody there but God. So at the end of the day, people gonna have to learn how to pick their own self up. But soon as you say, I can't do it, soon as you say no, oh, okay, you know what, man, he this, he that. Look, let me tell you something. So what? Yeah, the first thing y'all gonna do is ask for something. I ain't get a, hey, how you doing? You been doing all right, man? I'm like, hey, I'm just checking on you. I was just checking on you because I'm worried about you. I was just trying to see what you were doing. The moment I pick up that phone, somebody wants something. And if they do try to love bomb, look, what most family members gonna try to do is love bomb you the first time they do pick up you pick up the phone for them. They gonna try to, yeah, I was just thinking about you. I was just wondering this and that. Then like 5 minutes later to the conversation, yeah, I'm kind of running low on money, so I was just trying to see if you can cash at me. I knew you weren't. I knew all along that you weren't really checking up on me because you actually loved and valued and appreciated me as your family. No, I knew you was trying to just sweet talk me just so you can get something up out of me, and the answer is no. For real. Period, point blank. What happened to family? Like, what happened to family? I mean, see, we come from a narcissist. We come from a toxic background. Me and my dear brothers and sisters, we was born in hell. So at the end of the day, our family members slandered our name, got the whole family. We the black sheep. So the black sheep is the individual of the family that can see through everybody BS. But period, point blank. But see, you become a target because you can see through them, and that means you have power up over them. They're not used to the black sheep, so, and they not used to that power that we possess, and they don't have power over us. The only way they can get off is by smearing our name, gaslighting, projecting, blame shifting, period, point blank. They're gonna do that to the day they die. We not tripping on that though. That's the world though. That's the battle in which we have to fight when being soldiers of God. Period, point blank. Amen. See, we accept the lifestyle that come with this. Family is fake, period, point blank. Family is fake. Y'all know family is fake. Y'all already know that family only love you based on what you can do for you. Back then, it wasn't like that. But see, now it's like that because the frequency of the world has changed. And people lack self-love, period, point blank. People lack self-love, so they don't know how to produce love outwardly because, like I just said a couple of minutes ago, they don't love themselves, so the only thing they can do is pretend. But see, pretending is what's gonna tick y'all off because instead of you actually looking in the mirror and self-reflecting and realize, okay, why don't I love myself? You don't love yourself because you haven't healed from those past traumatic situations that you went through. That's why it's a whole lot of generational curses, because guess what? Family didn't heal from their past toxic experiences. They didn't heal from their traumatic experiences. Let me tell you something. Family was programmed and taught to run from self-reflection instead of go towards self-reflection. We was raised to not hold ourselves accountable instead of holding ourselves accountable. This is what we was at. Period, point blank. And let me tell y'all something. I don't care what y'all saying. Look, look, y'all family be talking that, but they don't live it. Action speaks louder than words. We pay attention to actions, and then after actions, we're gonna pay attention to patterns. And if the patterns don't align with words, let me tell you something. You're not the person who you say you are. Period, point blank. That ain't nobody's fault but yours. See, what we do, for those who've experienced narcissistic parents and just narcissistic family members in general, what we do is we disassociate ourselves from the situation, from the equation. We love you, but guess what? We're gonna love you from a distance because we know for a fact that there's no love there. And we have to love you from a distance because if we was in the same distance as you, our love and energy is gonna be sucked and robbed from us. Period, point blank. That's what it is, man. How y'all doing? My name is Israel Rob. I'm finna give you the reality on the real world. We're not finna give you some fake BS. We're not gonna do that. And yeah, And if this video is too real for you, and if, I mean, this truth that I'm popping could possibly make you, make you realize a lot of things about your family that you wasn't ready to realize. But see, sooner or later, you're going to have to realize this, because if you don't realize that, you're going to be taken advantage of. And I know we're sick and tired of being used, abused, and taken advantage of by the people that claim to be closest to us. Yeah. Come on, y'all. Yeah, but look, who said then we can't, who said that just because we family that they exempt from being held accountable? Who said just because y'all family, y'all exempt from, we exempt from calling y'all out on y'all toxic behaviors, on y'all fucked up shit? Who made these rules up? Family made them rules up. Them ain't even rules. That's in the code, period, point blank. Who made up these rules? Who said just because we family, we have to tolerate disrespect, disloyalty, dishonesty, narcissism, what else? Greed, jealousy, envy, hatred. Yeah. That's the problem. That's the problem. And that's why a lot of people have bad. That's why a lot of people relationships fail, because they ain't realize y'all ain't healed from them past family. You ain't healed from that past family traumatic experience. So at the end of the day, you allowed your family to condition you to accept toxicity as the normal. So once you get up out here in the real world, once you get up out here around the wolves and the sharks, are you gonna get ate alive? You ain't never called your mama out. You ain't never called them out. You was scared. You was taught to pick and choose. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, you might as well up yourself, because you're gonna lose the game. You're gonna lose. Everybody gonna play with you. Everybody, you gonna be a walking punching bag for abuse. Because let me tell you something, you develop this mentality that, okay, you know what? I love these people, so I'm gonna allow. I know this my family. Then I used to think like that. Well, you know what? This my family. I love them. This who they are. This how my mama is. This how my daddy is. This how my grandma is. This how my cousin is. This how they are, and they family. I'ma always love them because they family. Until I got older and realized that, hey, they didn't love me. That's me being weak and naive. That's me. That's what I'm telling myself. My family members don't feel that way about me. So I had to hold myself accountable for the shit that I was allowing to slide in my past, because it was hindering me as a man. It was hindering my growth. Yep. It was. That's why I'm the man I am today, because guess what? Ain't nobody play with me. And I didn't allow myself to be played with. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. I took my power back as an individual. I have the power. Nobody outside of me has the power, because I don't allow my presence to get taken advantage of. I don't give energy to the wrong people. We sitting up here thinking, we sitting up here being robbed by the people who we deem close to us. And in the meanwhile, guess what? Strangers get showing us more love than anybody. And guess what, Robert? They're strangers? No, they're not strangers. I consider they are my real family. Period, point blank. And they come from all different walks of life. They all different shapes and sizes, all skin colors, all different ethnicities. We don't discriminate. If y'all can find me a Hispanic woman, tell her I'm looking for, and I'm trying to put a ring on her finger. If you can find me an Asian woman, tell her I'm looking for, I want to put a ring on her finger. If you can find me one of those, one of them early 2000 Caucasian women, them early 2000 Caucasian women, tell them I'm looking for, and I want to put a ring on her finger. If you can find me that Indian woman, tell her I'm looking for, I want to put a ring on her finger. If you can find me that Korean woman, tell her I'm looking for, I want to put a ring on her finger. If you can find me that African woman, tell her I'm looking for, I want to put a ring on her finger. It's first come, first serve. But at the end of the day, we can only choose one. But yes, If you see, look, if you see, if you, yeah, tell her, yeah, for real. If you see, man, look, if you see that Armenian woman, tell her I'm looking for her. I want to put a ring on her finger. Because guess what? Let me tell y'all something. You're not gonna condition me. You're not gonna condition me to to limit myself based off y'all already trying to condition me to accept the fact that guess what? I can't. Let me try to keep this. Let me try to keep this legacy alive by being fuck no. Period. Point blank. I live in reality. On me, I live in reality. Be like, yeah. I live in reality. And we don't discriminate. Shout out to all the interracial couples up out there too. For real, for real. Like that's love right there. And you want to know what makes that love even more powerful is that we got to go up against individuals. We got to go up against our family members. You got to go up against your family members because guess what? It's a possibility that they don't even want you with a. But see, I love this man. I don't care what your family say, Robert. If you love me, you're not gonna listen to. You're not gonna allow your family to change your perception about me because that's not love. Love is we accepting each other, and because we with each other, we gonna accept what comes with being with each other. Period. Point blank. We're gonna fight this fight together. Because guess what? We come from a toxic family. Guess what? We come from a toxic family. So they not doing nothing but projecting who they are upon us because they see that we trying to be happy, but they don't want us to be happy. What they want to do is keep us stagnant. They want to keep us there. Yeah, I don't want you dating them type of dudes because you know what they say about them. Who said that? Who said that? Because when I go out here in the real world, let me tell you something. These women treat me better than such and such. Period. Point blank. They show me more love than any of you other. That's the reality. So wait a minute. If I'm going based off reality, somebody lying because that's not what I'm seeing. And that's not what I'm seeing when I'm at work. That ain't what I'm seeing when I'm on college campus. That ain't what I'm seeing in general. Somebody lying. Somebody just don't want happiness and love to be on the genuine scale because it's going to contradict the lie that they live. Like if I had children, guess what? I never tell them my son can bring whatever race of ethnicity woman he want to, and we gonna love you and we gonna embrace you as one of our own. Let me get back to the subject. Yeah. Let me get back to the subject, blood. Let me get back to the subject. But I mean, y'all already know what it is with me. Yeah, y'all know what it is for me. Y'all already know. Yeah. But like, yeah, look, if you see that Hispanic woman, if you see that Latina woman, tell her I'm looking for her because I want to put a ring on her finger and we gonna have some cute little babies. Yeah. This a woman, a guy too. See, God's children come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, ethnicities, period, point blank. We don't have to be just in one little, we don't have to develop the mentality, oh, we just got to be what our own. We can do what we want to do. And we're going to do what we want to do. And we're going to piss people off by doing what we want to do. But guess what? Fuck those people. We ain't living for them people. We living for us. Those people can find the nearest, can suck it, period, point blank. And choke on that motherfucker also. We kings. Anyway. Look, anyway, like I was saying, like what happened to family, bro? What happened to family? I told you, I just explained earlier on, I'm just told y'all what happened to family. Family ain't family. Family has becoming a cult. Family only is family based off what you can do for them. They don't love you for you. They love you based off what you can do for them. Family wasn't taught how to be family. We should have paid attention to them human. When we was in high school, when we had parenting classes, we used to have those human resource classes. We used to have the communication classes. Period, point blank. These classes. We used to have what's those classes called? I forgot, but we should have learned from reading books. Cause guess what? We say we family, but we don't know how to be family. And family is so fake that they treat outsiders better than family, period, point blank. So-called family. We supposed to be family, but you treat strangers better than me. You show up for somebody, look, you show up on time for somebody else's event, but guess what? When it's my event, you show up like 20 minutes late. And I'm supposed to accept that because you just family. I'm supposed to accept, yeah, I'm not look, I don't do drugs. I'm not an alcoholic. But see, I gotta accept, but see, if I was to give you constructive criticism and you my cousin, you my brother, you whoever you are, I'm just using this example. If I was to tell you, man, look, let me tell you something, you doing drugs and doing alcohol, that's gonna deprive you. That's not, you ain't gonna be able to get back on your feet. You not gonna be able to grow. You gonna forever be up in a broken state. But see, you gotta hold yourself accountable because we adults. Look, you start holding family account, man. Look, who you talking to? You ain't talking to me, bro. You not talking to me. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just trying to help you, man. Nah, you get what you can't tell me what to do, bro. You ain't my mama. I'm a grown man. I'm like, okay, you sure are a grown man. And guess what? If you die of an overdose, I won't be at your funeral because guess what? I was trying to help you get off this. No, I'm not crying for you. And guess what? Let me tell you something. That sound harsh, but guess what? That's the reality. Because guess what? When you don't want to receive help, if you don't want to receive help, guess what? Help is gonna go elsewhere. What is wrong with family, y'all? Why is family trying to turn? Why is these mamas trying to turn their sons into their son husbands? Why? Why? Why is daddies looking at their girls like why is aunties and uncles acting immature and they up in their 50s and 60s and 40s and they still trying to keep up with our generation. They trying to keep up with the younger generation. What is wrong? Like, don't we supposed to be loving each other? Don't we supposed to be helping one another? Don't we supposed to, family supposed to be the safe haven to where you know for a fact, even if I'm on hard times, I can always lean back on family. Because we not loving each other based on what we can do for each other. We loving each other because we genuinely love each other. We genuinely support each other. We genuinely are compassionate towards one another. But see, Robert, you can't expect that from them because that's who you are. That's not who they are. So let me tell you something. Don't you never develop expectations for individuals, for you will set yourself up for disappointment. Oh, that's why God my best friend. Period. Point blank. Boy, that's why. Oh, God my best. Like God, my right. Look, I'm God right hand man. He my best friend. He my dog. That's my bro. That's man everything. That's the OG right there. And then on top of that, let me tell you something. We don't have to, when you're a child of God, let me tell you something. Our family is up out here. Our brothers and sisters is watching this video right now. Yeah. That's why in the comments, when everybody, if you see me coming, I'll be like, brother, and I'll be like, sister. I'm like, that's my family. I don't even look at, y'all are not my subscribers. You my family. Like, if I was to see y'all in person in real life, you don't run up to me, Israel, right? I'm going to run up to you and be like, hey, son, that's such and such. Come and give me a hug, bitch. Oh, let me put you on it. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, blood, for real. With my subscribers too. I mess with y'all, bro. Like, we got to get something going. Like, I got to put something together to where we can all meet up. I love my subscribers, boy, because y'all family. And see, what makes us family is that we got different, we got different stories, but we got the same testimony. So that brought us together. God brought us together. The universe aligned us with each other because we all walk in the same frequency. We just had to let the old people, we had to let the old energies go in the past in order for the universe to align us with new energies that reciprocate the same energy that we put out, period, point blank. Yeah. What happened to family, y'all? It ain't like the old days no more. It's not. It's not like the old days. It's not like the old days. And who said it was good in the old days? Because we see what our mamas do. We see what our yeah, we see what our mamas do. We see what our grandmothers do. So at the end of the day, if it's called a generational curse, so that means our family wasn't doing shit back then. On me, be sitting up there talking about some, yeah, when we was back in the old days, we didn't do nothing. Okay, then grandma, then why is my mom a narcissist? Why is she emotionally unstable? Why is she evil? Who did she learn that from and get that from? She had to get it from somebody. Somebody passed that evil spirit down. What do you think? I'm stupid? That's what I'm saying. Fuck out of here. That's what I'm saying. Look, back in our day, we didn't have it. I'm like, y'all didn't have social media, but it was even worse for y'all because y'all didn't have social media. So y'all was just cutting up for free. Y'all was just cutting up on the scene. They be judging our generation and our grandparents been divorced, our mamas divorced, our aunties divorced. I'm like, man, look, why y'all trying to give us game when you don't even practice what you preach? Oh, let me tell you why you do that, because that makes you feel powerful over us, period, point blank. You want us to temporarily forget about the fact that you are a loser and that you failed in your past. So you got to, okay, you know what? I can't, yeah, let's pick on the younger generation. That's why I like our generation. Our generation, we ain't playing that stupid. What happened to family, y'all? How come fathers ain't even fathers no more? How come fathers not the providers? They ain't the protectors. They ain't the leaders. They never was, period, point blank. They never was, because guess what? If they was, we would see it. And guess what? We wouldn't even be having this conversation. If our mothers was nurturers, if they was really the women, loving, free, caring nurturers who actually possess understanding and listen, we wouldn't have this conversation. If our cousins, if our grandmas, grandparents, if our family let me tell you something, we love them and we still love them, but at the end of the day, love is the absence of judgment. But see, that don't mean that's the absence of constructive criticism. Everybody can dish it out but can't take it. Y'all notice that with family, they always trying to critique and judge us, but see, once we throw it back at them, they can't take it because we come in with the hard truth, period, point blank, and we know y'all living a lie. You can't take it because you living a lie. Now I'm the bad guy. And look, now I'm the bad guy because I just listened to you tell me what's wrong about me. You judging me. You telling me what I did in my past. Something what you heard from your mama. I'm like, what you heard from her is a lie. But at the end of the day, I'm not here to defend no lie, man. For real. Because that's wasting my energy. You gonna believe who you want to believe. You gonna already choose sides. If you was my family, let me tell you something. If you was family, you would have came to me first and said, Robert, what happened? And listen to my side of the story. Robert, you don't never call me. You don't never text me because you fake. Duh. Come on now. I love you, but at the end of the day, I don't love you enough to sacrifice my happiness and peace for you. That's what I'm saying. Sorry. But look, let me tell you something. Nice try. Yeah, period, point blank. What happened to family, y'all? Let me tell y'all something. What happened to family? What happened to family? What happened? I don't know. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me, because we was born into some bullshit. And it hit society worldwide, period, point blank. People just having children and ain't even raising their children. Children raising themselves. Technology is raising children. Technology should never be presented in front of a child until they old enough to understand what it means. If I had children, I'm finding out you ain't getting no video game or no cell phone until you understand what that means. You finna learn about the real world first. You finna get a book. You finna get this Bible, period, point blank. You finna hear the word of God first. I got to raise you in a way that you should go, so that God raised me, so I have to raise you exactly the way God raised me. Uh-huh. Yeah. Come on. This me though. Mm-hmm. This me. Yep. I know some of y'all got kids and y'all don't bring y'all children around y'all family because y'all family fake. But see, y'all children probably be wondering like why you don't do that. But see, once they get older, they'll understand. Mm-hmm. Because let me tell y'all something. What they do to you, they will do to your children also because they hate you. And your child is an extension of you. That's an extension of your happiness, period, point blank. We creating our own family. We breaking generational curses and we starting our own family. The real family structure with love, support, compassion, grace. God first, period, point blank, God first. We got money, we financially free, we financially stable. We balanced up out here. But see, that don't mean that me having a child, me having a child don't mean nothing if I'm not spiritually, mentally, and emotionally ready to have a child. Because I wouldn't know how to take care of a child because I don't know how to take care of myself. And I can't use me being an adult and using a child as a child. So let me use me being an adult to manipulate them. Because they gonna do whatever I say. They gonna listen to whatever I say. Because they look up to me. I would never mentally, emotionally abuse my children. What I went through, my children will never know what that feels like, let alone wife. Cause I'm not a mama's boy. Guess what? I'm not a mama's boy. Like this one woman, let me tell you something. You the number one woman in my life. I don't, yeah. Period, point blank. I'm gonna ask you, can I call my mama? Can I talk to my mama? And if you say yeah, them like, Robert, you just asked your woman, can you call your own mama? I'm like, yeah, because guess what? This the number one woman in my life. I ain't no son, husband. No cap. You dig? Look, rare breed, indeed. Rare breed, indeed. For real, for real. But like, look, let me tell y'all something. Ooh, I'm back, y'all. And I'm dropping consistently this week. So everybody gonna get what they need to get so because this is real Rob era. So like gonna get ready for this Israel Rob wave because I'm finna take over the scene, period, point blank. I'm finna take back over the scene. Because I've been off the scene for too long. So I'm finna get back on the scene. I just want to just got up on here to just to let y'all know that why family only loves you based on what you can do for them instead of for you, because you probably was quit asking yourself this anyway. So I answered your question. But see, I'm human. I want to know what happened to family also. So in those comments, let me know what y'all think was wrong with family, period. If I ain't already then broke it down. Stay blessed.